The next thing we want to do is to use our missile from the spaceship to blow up an asteroid, and we also want the asteroid to, when it hits the spaceship, to restart the game. So let's have a look at this one first. We want to have a look at our asteroid, and we've got the wrong one here. Actually, no, we'll do this one first. Key event, collision with an asteroid. We want it to restart the game. So we go down to the game controls, which are down here somewhere. And we want it to restart the game. So that's pretty simple. Okay, that's our spaceship. Now, our asteroid. Let's have a look at this. We want it to, when it collides with the missile from the spaceship, we want it to explode. So how do we do that? Well, we're adding a collision with the object missile. Now, the first thing we want to do that is to destroy the instance, because it means it goes off the screen. Let's make it so we want it to do it with self, so that destroys the asteroid. We also need then to destroy the instance of the bullet, otherwise it will just keep going. So we destroy the other item in the collision. However, if we've done that, we need to then create a new asteroid to replace the one that we just shot. So how do we do that? We're going to then work out the instance count. So we need to get the instance count. Which one are we looking for? We're looking for asteroids, and we're going to put that into _num, and again temporary variable that only lasts for a little bit. Then we're going to test it with our if our variable. If our variable, in this case it's _num, _num is less than 5, then we're going to create a new asteroid. Remember, put it on there so you get the green light. We need to create the instance. Scroll up with your mouse if you need to. New asteroid. It's going to start at random. Room width. And we're going to set the speed as vertical and at speed 2. And that should then make our asteroid reappear. One of the issues we have though is we also want to put an explosion. So we need to add explosion and we need to add sound. There's a couple of things we need to do that. So let's find our explosion. Alright, I've got an explosion from this folder here in your Game On resources. It's a GIF, so again it's a animation. We'll need to edit this to get rid of the background, so edit image, and again we want our magic. Go through these. This is quite a good explosion actually. Just scroll along here to make sure you got them all, otherwise you'll get that background appear on your last two, which will look pretty silly. Okay, we've done that now, so we close our sprite 3. Okay, we're going to call that sprite _ SPR _ explosion. And that's good, so we need to make our object explosion as well. So we create our object explosion. And that's going to have the explosion, so we actually get the picture. Do we need to have it solid? No, because it's not going to collide with anything. Okay. Now there's one other thing that we need to do, is that the explosion will stop at some point. Otherwise it'll just keep going there. So we need to set an alarm. And when that alarm goes off, we need to destroy the instance of itself. Yep. Now we need to set the alarm so that it lasts for only a period of time and then turns off. Otherwise we'll have those explosions there forever on our screen. So how do we do that? What we do is scroll up again for here. Here is our go over here. Here's our asteroid collision with the object missile. So it should explode. So where do we do that? Well, we actually stick it after we destroy the instance. So we want to create an instance, here, and we want to create an instance of an explosion. There it is. We're going to have it relative. Why? Because it happens then at the position that these were at. The next thing we want to do, and we don't want it to move, the next thing we want to do is to set an alarm. So we set an alarm. Alarm countdown, let's do 20, and it's alarm 0. And we want it to relate to the asteroids, not the object missile. And also the get instance counts, we want them to relate to the asteroid. Make sure you get those relationships, otherwise it may not work. Alright, let's see how we're going with this. Okay, we're testing it now. Okay, we're testing it now. We shoot our bullet, and there we go. Oh, but our explosion stays there, so we've got a problem. So what is our problem? Our problem is that alarm countdown. We've got it. We picked asteroid. We should have picked the explosion, because that's what we're doing the alarm countdown for. So let's have a look at that now. There we go. We shoot our bullet, and now the explosion disappears. So it comes on for a bit and disappears. Just checking one thing. Come back to our explosion, open properties. Now I noticed one thing, that it just stayed static. Why? Because we hadn't set the speed of the animation. So sometimes I'm going to set it at 4 and we'll run it. That's probably a bit slow. So let's speed it up a bit. We want it to happen pretty quickly. Now it looks better, doesn't it? So we've actually got the animation running now. We didn't have it before, so just check your speed of your animation. Alright, we're going to run that one again and just see what happens. Okay, we fire it. Now we see the actual explosion with an animation, which is much better. Good.